Yo, how we doing, yo? How we doing, family? Okay, let me get some water so we can get this party started. Um, okay, listen. Don't I you know what? I'll just read your guys' comments. I won't say anything yet. Okay. I know I am a day late, okay? But listen, I don't need you guys to tell me about myself. I really don't. I know. I know. I don't need you guys to tell me. So give me a second while I pour this tap water in a bottle in a wine glass so I can feel special. Oh, that's delicious. Oh, you guys know what? Let me ask you this. Have you guys ever drank water out of a certain thing and it feels so good? You know what I mean? Like it feels like it's the best water ever. That's what this feels like. I could drink it out of something else, but for some reason, when the water is cold, but not from the refrigerator, just cold from being outside, and you drink it from this, it feels like it came from the purest glacial thing. Oh, it's so good. Just give me one more sip, guys. One more sip. Salud. That is so. It gives life. That really does give life. Okay. I am here. I am here. I am hydrated. I am ready, boo boo. We are going to set this thing on fire. I won't say that. I won't say that. But we are going to bring the house down by a bomb. By a bomb. No. All right. This show will be the bomb. This show will be fire. Fire. Like, yeah. Here we go. Okay, so hello, Neil. Thank you for coming in. Good evening, Yakub. He said, Amira, I saw you on Lapif. JR needs to do a better job of making all the panelists can talk or shrink the number of panelists. I'll talk about that in a second. He says, I enjoyed the topic, but I don't like the phrase black fatigue. It's more so ghetto and victim fatigue. The only time I watch the Lapeef Network is if Amira is there to trigger the delusional women. Guys, that is not my intention. That's not how I expect things to go. JR knows what he's doing. If honest discourse was his purpose, he wouldn't have bought on Pearl. Me and Pearl haven't been on a panel together in a very long time, but it was. I wanted to say so many things, but it would have been off topic. But if the topics would have leaned more towards piracy and stealing content, I would have loved to engage Pearl in that conversation. Like, Pearl, how do you feel about taking people's content and using it as your own and falsifying your beliefs just so you can get views? But she was actually called out by some of the black men on the show because I guess she at one point was talking about how black men are so bad and blah blah blah. And then the black men pointed out, hey Pearl, aren't you the one who was riding the black pony for years and years and years on end? Don't you ride black horses? But now you're talking about how bad black men are. And isn't it her who used the black community to get her viewership up? Like she started on all black channels. All the black channels were the ones giving her a chance. And then after that, that's how she got more popular. And it's like, and then like, I don't know, man. I'm just like, listen, But anyway, but I mean, she did have some good points. She at least she wasn't afraid to say what she thought. Um, I don't think that JR told her to say those things. I think, but then again, I don't even know what's real with her. I don't know what she actually believes in. You know what I mean? When you listen, guys, when you're on a panel with somebody whose views are based on what gets them the most traction at any given day, you don't know what the hell to believe from that person. You know what I mean? Like, for me, even if people like me or they don't like me, my views, my genuine views have not changed. I mean, the only thing that has changed are like the way I view certain things because I've heard other people's perspectives. But my core belief system has never changed throughout the years that you guys have seen me. So I'm like, when you see people who she before was thinking different things, and then after that she saw that saying women shouldn't vote and blah 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 was popular at the time, and then she just jumped on that train before she was a feminist. Okay. Ko says, yeah, it's possible for a woman to think like a man, but only if she used to be one. Oh, okay. I asked JR why he doesn't bring Amira on anymore. The show is nothing without her, but I don't like him playing dumb about what he's doing. He's not playing dumb. I don't think he's playing dumb at all. JR, he knows me. He knows Pearl for what that's worth. And he knows his other panelists. He knows what views are going to be going against one another. I don't think at any point he acted like he didn't know what he was doing. He he doesn't even talk. He doesn't even talk. So how can you? Pearl is a bridge with no original content. I'm sorry, no original thought. She only wants likes and views. And it works. I mean, for her, it works because there's so many people out there who saw her after and they believe that that is actually her stance on things. People, you got to remember, a lot of people came in later, so they never saw the beginning of Pearl. So they don't know her original self, A lot of people came in later, and that was after like seeing shorts, like shorts and small content here and there. And they don't know who she really is or what she really believes. So, there's a lot of people out there who are fooled and don't, you know. Hi, Fionn. Welcome in, Fionn. Turning on us for real. It's like, okay, so 1 minute you're like, oh, thank you, Black community, for giving me a step up, for helping me, for getting me noticed. And then the next minute she's like, yeah, I hate them. They're stupid. They're like, they're all thugs and gangsters. Oh, I'm sorry, not all, but most. It's like, Pearl, you're on the panel with, all right. I'm like, all right, Pearl, look, you're going to act like you're not riding the ebony pony. Okay. Hi, Mr. Renegade. He said, better late than never. Stop. Listen. It's not late if I change the schedule. Think, Mr. Renegade. It's not late if I change the schedule. Nice Christmas tree. Senkayo. All right. I know, Mr. Renegade. Oh, so you said the best way to drink water is out of a glass bottle? Oh, you make me want to have another sip. All right, I have to, guys. You guys should drink water with me. We should do this together. Oh, goodness. I'm sorry. Sorry to hit you guys. All right. So are you guys ready? I want to have a talk with you. Pearl and Omar Johnson. Can you imagine Umar Johnson? All right, that would be absolutely hilarious. Now I would watch that one. even Ethan Kine posted Pearl Davis on her. Oh, he called her out on her. I remember that. I remember that interview. Okay, are you guys ready? All right. So, my question to you is this. Is it possible for a woman to think like a man? And the reason I'm asking you guys this is because I have gotten comments directed at me saying things like, whenever I talk about certain topics, a lot of people hear what I have to say, and then I've heard them say things like, you are able to think like a man or understand what men are trying to say, or something like this, you know? And then I've also seen them say the same thing to Pearl. Pearl has been told that she understands men and that she can understand what men are talking about, and that she gets it. She like gets it. And I'll be damned if I be put in the same category as her. And then I see other content creators. I'm not, I want to say these are more like the trad wives content on YouTube, where you'll see a lot of comments down below saying things like, these women get it. These women get what men want or what they need. But the reason I ask you, is it possible for a woman to think like a man, is because I have seen so many. Oh, sorry guys, let me turn this down. Sorry guys. I have seen so many comments like that, and I wanted to. I want to take a minute to look and to ask you guys a question. I want a panel. I actually want a panel tonight, if possible. But just give me a sec. My thing is, when it comes to topics about men and women, I want to tell you guys, I do not believe that I am capable of thinking like a man. And I don't believe that because, is it possible to think like a man if you are never going to be faced with the same risks that are a part or very real in a man's life? Example, I can understand the divorce system and the family law system. I can understand that. I can say the problem, but will I ever be able to understand what that really feels like? Because I'll never be in a position where I am a man standing in front of a judge, on opposing tables with a woman that I knocked up. And I'm the one who's about to get financially raped. I'll never be in that position. Well, but you guys understand, I'll never be in that kind of position. So is it possible for me to really think like, and put myself and live? I have the same brain. I have a woman brain. I have brain like squirrel. Dr. Yamaka of Kazakhstan said that women have brain the same size as squirrel. It has been verified by many scientists. But I have brain like squirrel, so I can't see the world as men do, even though I try. But and even if I can get close to understanding fully, there's always going to be a part of me that is a woman. There's always that brain, the feminine brain is there. And the one thing that I can do is I can recognize when my female brain is doing something and my female brain is telling me something. I can recognize it and I can stop that bitch from saying anything, because I hate when my female brain starts talking. I try to shut her up as much as I can. I try to keep her in the kitchen, try to keep her baking bread, gardening, doing whatever she needs to be doing. But I don't let her talk, okay? But I can recognize when she does. And when that female brain is starting to talk, there's a good thing about me that I can see it. I can understand when I'm thinking like a woman and when I'm thinking more logically. I believe it's a flaw. In my view, it's a flaw. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Joe Doe says, "Hey Mira, have you ever read As a Man Thinketh by James Allen?" No, but I will read it because I have not read. I love to read. I love to read. So I will look for that book, As a Man Thinketh. But there was a saying by Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey came out with a book a long time ago, I think before I was even an adult. And the book was called something like Think Like a Man, Act Like a Lady, or Behave Like a Lady, something like that. And that book supposedly, now don't get me wrong, Steve Harvey is a major cuck, okay? Steve Harvey is a simp of all simps, the king of simps. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't see Steve Harvey as a based man. I don't see him as a man that yeah. But at the same time, Steve Harvey wrote that book called Think Like a Man, Behave Like a Lady, or Act Like a Lady. And a lot of women, they were attracted to that book because they thought, okay, well, this is Steve Harvey telling us how to think so that we can understand men better. In that book, I mean, if you see these things, it's like there's so many things that are missing when it comes to things like those kind of books, because in that book it talks about relationship things, and it's talking about how women should just be more logical basically. But another thing is, in the book, it has this view of a man that men are constantly trying to please a woman, or they're trying to please the woman, but the woman just doesn't notice. The man is trying to please her, but she doesn't notice, kind of thing. And I think that's I think that's only half the story. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't believe that men live their lives around. I mean, but then again, there is a I was also brought up around different type of men, right? Do you guys think that that has something to do with it too? Because I was brought up around Middle Eastern, Eastern European men. I wasn't brought up around the American man. And do you guys believe that there is a big difference between American men and Eastern European and Middle Eastern ones? I have no respect for simps. I prefer Paul Harvey. Says men don't think all the same, but yeah, there are fundamental elements that men start with, the same as women, but it's a variety. But is it possible for a woman? Now, I'm asking you guys, I want to hear your answer. Do you believe in your heart of hearts that it is possible for a woman to be able to think like a man and act like a lady? That she can understand, not just understand, but be in the mindset of a man? You do. Okay. Okay. Tito says somewhat. Okay. Because, and another thing, if it is true, if you guys believe that it can happen, have you met someone like that? And who was it? Because if you tell me it was your mother, I might ask you if you're biased. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, we think of our mothers, everybody thinks of their mother a little bit differently. But if you have met a woman like that, who was it? Being Eastern European, there's tremendous difference. I think so too. I don't think the two can coexist genuinely. What do you mean? Like a woman thinking like a man and acting like a lady? You think that can't coexist genuinely? Oh, I see what you're saying. Because if you really thought like a man, you wouldn't be able to behave like a lady. Is that what you're trying to say? Kind of thing? Huh. Samael, I don't believe it's possible for either sex to think like the other. Our brains are structured differently. The cultural differences make a difference, but You will find men with many similarities between cultures, just certain archetypes will be more prevalent in one culture to the next. But there is a caveat to that. In America, men have been neutered. In America, and I'm sorry, look, this is what I see, this is what I observe. In America, men have been neutered. And I say that because I grew up around Eastern European Arab men. In our countries of origin, in my country, women, they follow behind 6 feet. But in my country, men are less ashamed to be men. There is not a culture of telling men what to do and how to do it. Do you know what I mean? But in America, men are, in my view, and this is not to be offensive, but men are neutered. I mean, literally balls clipped in many ways, not fully, but in many ways, because if a man actually is, if when we're on the Lapeef show, a question is often asked to the panel. This question goes like this: what is a man? What is a man supposed to do? In your mind, what is your definition of a man? And he'll go through the panel, right? And many people will give their answers, but the main answer that you'll hear from a whole panel of people on this YouTube channels will be a man is a provider, protector, head of a family, the dominant person, the one to be looked up to. The man is, so on and so forth. Now, when you hear that, can a man truly do those things that I just said in America? Can he truly provide for his family? Can he truly be the provider? Can he truly be the protector? Can he really protect his family the way he wants to? Can he really be the head of his family? Being the head of the family is part of being a man as well. Can he really be the head of his family in America without anyone telling him what to do? These are the main things that I'm like, okay, if it's true that a man are these three things, more specifically, men aren't able to do those things in this country the way nature intended it. What is that sound? Okay, well, all right. So can men do those things the way that nature intended it to be if they live in America, right? And my answer to you guys is no. A man's nature is highly regulated. Men are regulated, prohibited, controlled here in a way that they aren't in Eastern Europe, in a way that they aren't in the Middle East. You as men, you should be able to raise up your family the way you see fit. You should be able to have your house run the way you want it to run. Does that make sense? Like, your woman should be doing what you expect her to do, what you train her to do, because every man has different needs. So every wife has to be trained accordingly to her husband. Do you know what I mean? Like, one wife will not be the perfect fit for another man because she's trained in the ways of that man. One man might train his wife that every morning she has to get up and make him coffee and so on. And another man might train his wife that, oh, my lunch should be ready the night before so I can get up and take it with me. Or, there's many different ways that houses are run. If a man runs his house the way he wants it to be run in this country, he's called abusive. He's called controlling. He's not, because you can't tell your woman what to do. You can't tell your kids what to do. If they mess up, you can't discipline them. You can't discipline your wife. You can't discipline your kid. You can't discipline the dog. You can't do nothing without the government or the law coming to tell you what to do. So, I mean, when I was growing up, I want to share you guys with something. Share you guys something. When I was growing up, it was like two worlds that I was living in, because at home we were living under the Sharia law. And then when I go outside of my home, it was American law. And I know you guys, when you guys hear Sharia law, you guys think, oh, hand cutting and everybody's getting executed. That's not what Sharia is. That's not what that means. The Sharia, under the Sharia, there's no such thing as interest. You can't charge a person interest on a debt. Um, you know, crimes like stealing from another person, robbing, you get 3 strikes and then you get more severe punishment. I mean, the Sharia has a whole system of things that most Americans or most Westerners don't even know what it is. But it's a beautiful system. But here, when I was growing up, I would have different sets of rules at home, and then I go outside into the world, and it was different. So I saw at home, men were different. At home, men in my family, they ran their homes the way that it should be run. And then I would go out to like Americans, and I would see my American friends. Often I would go hang out or something, or their families would come and hang out with us. And I would see how different things were, like how the women were more free, and um, how I thought that that was good. But now that I'm bigger, I'm like, that is not good. It's not good. It's not good. But anyway, I mean, I don't want to get too off topic, I guess. You said protection becomes oppression when I say so. True. And that's true. Frost. Hello, Frost. Puniti, punyaya. He said, but most of the Lapeef panels are made up of tranny types, not real men or real women. You think so? I don't think so. I do not. Well, then again, I haven't, but from the women, I think most of the women act more, they're more emotional. A lot of the women that are on the Lapeef Network are more emotional. And as for the men, I've noticed that Black men tend to be a little bit more emotional when they speak. So I think that's more of a cultural thing. I don't think it's like, oh, they're not real men. I don't believe that, because they're actually trying to have conversations that most people run from. Most people don't want to have those conversations. The less family structure you have, the more chaos it reaps. Men hunt and gather, and women nest and nurture his offspring. It's primal. And that's what I'm saying. This is something that, but the thing is, but okay, you said what you said, Mr. Doe. If you, as a man, you just hit the nail on the head. You said men do their thing and women nest and nurture. It's primal. If your woman is not nesting and nurturing, if your woman is not doing the thing that needs to be done, and all that needs to be done is things need to be tweaked, you're finding a way to keep your family intact. When you do that, if you try to fix the situation, everything you do is seen as abusive. Men aren't allowed to even scratch their rear end. Okay? Men can't even, I mean, in this country, when does protection become oppression? Protection is only oppressive if the person that you're protecting doesn't want to be protected. I mean, and that's what I'm talking about when I talk about adults, you know. But as for kids, even if a kid doesn't want to be protected, you have no choice. There is no such thing as, oh, you can't, you know, because you see kids, they're like, oh, I don't want to have to stay home. I don't want to be protected. I want to go out. No, that's not your choice. But if you have somebody who is an adult and you're trying to protect them and they're just pushing against you and always wanting, then you know what? For them, it might be oppressive. Is oppression always bad? That's my question. Is oppression always bad? Because some things need to be oppressed. And the thing is, they don't even know what's best for them. Some people don't even know what's best for them. If they only knew, they would accept the protection without pushback. Amita needs to go to the Midwest or Texas and see manly men like Eastern European types. I have seen them. I have. But New York and California aren't good examples. I know. You act like I haven't been around this great country. I love America, and I've been around this great nation. I know. And the reason, oh Blindy, I said that men are neuter is because even the men who are like that, who are manly, burly, strong, I see them oftentimes like on body cam videos where police will come and they'll try to control them or try to tell them what to do. Everything about them is attacked and seen as, what is the word? What is the word? Gosh, what is the word, guys, when you hate women? Misogynistic. The fact that the word misogyny exists is crazy. It's about being able to stand your ground, in my view. It's about being able to do what you were intended to do. Oh, that's what that was. Hold on, guys. It's going to keep singing. I love that. That is so cute. Okay, but anyway, men should be able to stand their ground. Black men always be crying. Stop, Frost. It's not crying. Like, how else are Frost? How else are things supposed to be fixed if people don't talk about it? Frost, what do you mean crying? We are emotional, but must learn control. Damned if we do, damned if we don't. Libra. Amita was a teen gangster. Was. Still is. Make Punyeti great again. That is true. Toxic. Thank you. Toxic. That was another word. Everything is toxic. It sounds like an ice cream shop. It says, our food supply is poisoned with estrogen and other nefarious chemicals. They want men ignorant, fat, lazy, and stupid. This is bound to happen. It's bound to happen, trucker. If the way humans were before, you guys understand how men and women used to be more active and walking, but now technology has made us more stationary, where we sit more. We don't need to run around as much as we used to as humans. So that is bound to happen, that we're going to change. But there are certain things that should not change. And I mean, with women getting more masculine and getting more testosterone and men getting more estrogen and being less aggressive and having less testosterone, we're seeing an imbalance. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry if this is bothering you, but these are little candies, and they are so tasty. They're hard candies, but man, they're spicy. They're actually spicy. He says, not true. Oh, you said the answer to their question is nope. Okay. So you said It's not possible for a woman to think like a man. Hello. Fluoride is in everything. Listen, if it wasn't in everything, your teeth would look like the Brits, okay? Have you seen their teeth, Keela? Keela, have you seen their teeth, okay? So yes, you sacrificed a few brain cells, but at least you got teeth. Frost. I work out and I walk my dog every day. Gotta stay strong. See? And that's another thing, is men taking back their power to take care of themselves, keeping their testosterone up and so on and so forth. But the food, the stationary lifestyles, the pendulum is swinging. It's imbalanced. More than swinging, it's imbalanced. Everything is imbalanced. Other countries, they take care of their people. So why would they not in the West? What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean? What are you talking about? You're saying that America doesn't take care of their people? What do you mean? America takes more care of their people than anyone. Now, it doesn't mean that there's no chemicals in the food, but they take care of them. America is one of the fattest nations in the world. And I understand you can say, well, that's because America's not taking care of their people. No. If you're poor, if the poor in your nation are fatter than the rich, that doesn't mean that there's no food. That just means that people aren't eating the proper things. But America is the last place that you'll see people starve to death. In America, even if you don't have money, if you go to the hospital right now, they will service you. They will not let you die in a hallway. Now you might say, oh, well, that's just human nature, or that's just humans being humans. But if you go to a country like, oh, I don't know, Honduras, if you go to El Salvador, go to Ecuador, and go into a hospital with no money and you're bleeding out, they will literally let you bleed out in the hallway. I have seen it with my own eyes. You guys know I used to live in Colombia. I was in Colombia. I had to go to the hospital because we got into a car accident. I go to the hospital, and in this hospital, it is full. Okay. It wasn't one of the best hospitals in Colombia. It was like one of the rural ones because we were driving through the mountains, and it was one of the rural ones. When you go into the hospital, there were people on the floor in the hospital, in the lobby, bleeding out, just all kinds of wounds, like head wounds and all kinds of things that make you want to pass out, really. And as I'm sitting there, I even asked one of the ladies, I said, how come these people aren't being attended to? This person is dying, it looks like. She says, they don't have any money. I said, well, how much is their treatment? How much is their, And she went through the whole spiel and told her it was a lot of money, but she was just that person sat in the hospital waiting for someone to come and help him pay so that they can get treatment. So the reason I bring up that story and share that with you is because in America, you will never see something like that. In America, yes, you'll have a high bill. They will bill you, but no one's going to let you die in the hallway. And the other thing is, okay, if you don't have money to pay your bill in America, you can call them and you can set up a financial plan. You can tell them I don't have money, and they'll cut the bill in half, or even 80%, they'll cut off of it. America is darn near a socialist nation, and they're calling for socialism, saying, oh, we need universal health care. You already have it in America, because you can, well, I guess in their mind, it's like if you have something like cancer, that is your treatment for cancer should be free. But I don't know how that's going to happen without taxpayers being extremely, extremely unhappy and stressed. You know what I mean? I mean, that is one thing. But when it comes to like emergencies, America will not let you die in the street. But yes, if you have an illness that's killing you slowly, that's a different thing. Oh, it says they have to lawfully serve you here. No, despite income. What about universal puniti? Can you, Frost, can you grow up? Grow up right now, like literally at this second. Go to the mirror, stand in front of the mirror, and then grow up, okay? Frost, grow up. Universal puniti. What does that even mean? What is a universal puniti? Huh? That doesn't even sound attractive, Frost. Huh? What, does that mean that the puniti belongs to the universe, Frost? Huh? You want something that the universe has touched, Frost? Eh? Is that what it is? Frost, what is wrong with you? We have too many enablers that profit and keep you unhealthy, but it's your choice. It is your choice. That's the great thing about America. It is your choice. You have the option of what you stuff in your mouth. No one is forcing you to eat improperly. And that's another thing. I mean, I understand that there are bad things out there to eat, but if a person is not smart enough to know that everything needs to be in moderation, then hey, that's on you. That is not on the food system. That is not on Monsanto. But another thing about Monsanto is that everything, even when you try to eat healthy, there are chemicals that shouldn't be in your food. Now that is the thing that I'm talking about more than anything. But you have to be smart. You have to know. You have to do your research. I mean, it's not illegal to have your own garden. Okay. You can grow your own veg if you need to. I grow my own vegetables when I have the sun to do it. Philippines won't let you leave until the bill is paid. Relatives have to bring money. That's what I'm talking about, oh blindy. That was almost the same thing that was happening in Colombia. The people bleeding out on the ground, they would just wait. They would sit there and wait until the family could scrape up enough money. And if you died before the family could scrape up the money, well, then you just died. And the money that they scraped up will now be used for your funeral instead of for your cure. I mean, now that is a hard life. That's hard, you know? I mean, for all the people in America talking about universal health care and so on and so forth, it's like you in America, you don't even realize you already have that almost. I mean, it's almost the same thing. What do you guys think about that? Oh, well, Trump Care is coming out too. Did you guys hear that Trump is coming out with his own healthcare, not derivative, what is the word? He's coming out with his own healthcare service plan. So I want to see what Trump Care is talking about, and then I'll figure out what we can talk about then. Teeth are bad. I'm just reading, guys. Hold on a second. Hold on. Bro, I just say crazy stuff half the time. Yes, I see that. I see that. I agree. We have universal health care. They're just looking for something to complain about. That's the thing. And the American healthcare system is not as bad as people make it out to be. It's really not. I mean, when you consider how things are worldwide, no. America is really not that bad. It can't be worse than Obamacare. Well, I agree. But I don't want later on people to be like, oh, I got on Trump Care and now I can't have my doctor. And then they start, people start bitching about anything. Universal Puniti will be next door to a clinic. Go to the naughty corner. You know what? You and Puniti Master, you and Frost, go to the naughty corner. No, both of you. Frost, and BTK, I want to see you guys looking at the wall for 1 minute. You guys look at the wall for 1 minute, both of you, because I just can't state mandated. All right, go to look at the wall. Go. Samael says, my metabolism processes garbage like a goat. What? Punyaya, you too. Go to the naughty corner, all of you. See, that's the thing. I think that's what you guys want. You guys want to sit in the naughty corner together. That's what you guys want. There's no party in the naughty corner. Did you see Trump's post on Truth Social on Thanksgiving? It was awesome. I think I did, but I don't remember exactly what it was about, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So, thank you, Yakub. And Trump Care, I heard they were talking about med beds that can cure everything. You mean beads, not beds, right? Neil, Trump has been talking about giving money to the people instead of the insurers. Imagine if the government subsides. Oh, the government subsidies. Imagine the government subsidies. Are you adding a new naughty corner? No, it's the same as always. No, it's the same as always. And you're still here? Oh my gosh. My mods are not doing their job. Mods, why is he still here? He should be in a naughty corner. Wait, is the minute over? The minute isn't over. No. Why is he still here? And why is BTK still commenting? Both of them should be. I live in the naughty corner. Will you go back over there? My mods. Okay. I'm going to pull up some news. Hold on, guys. Let me open up the news really quickly. Hold on. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to pull up the news. Here we go. Oh, it's so bright. It's so bright. Oh, it hurts. It really does hurt. Oh my God, my eyes are watering. Oh, that's better. Oh, we have some good news. Ooh, are you guys ready? Ooh, we have some LGBTQIA plus pedos plus everything sick news. Are you guys ready? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ooh, this is going to be so good. Oh, another thing, guys, did you see that on Instagram? They have a song that was made about Ilhan Omar, about how she married her brother to come to the United States and how Trump is going to be deporting her and all kinds of things because she's going to be deported for immigration fraud for marrying her brother. Did you guys hear about Ilhan Omar? So there's a song on Instagram about Ilhan Omar. I'll play it for you guys at the end of the stream if you guys want. But okay, are you guys ready? Tampon Tim. All right, are you guys ready? Winter is here. Winter has come for Tim Walz. Now, the Minnesota governor, Tim Walz, he is facing what could be his political demise, well, at least for now, due to the massive fraud scandal involving Somali foreigners, many of whom have been caught stealing taxpayer money, as we already know. Of course, the revelation of Walz's retaliation on state employees that reported the fraud did not help him, of course. He is facing also an upcoming re-election battle. And who knows how that's going to turn out. But listen, I don't understand how certain people are still in government. Number one, Gavin Newsom. How in the ever-living fook is he still having supporters? I don't even know a Gavin Newsom supporter, and I live in his state. I don't even know anybody who supports him, but somehow, the crayon eating contests have to keep going along. The people who support the crayon eating contests are obviously going for the support of Gavin Newsom. Nancy Pelosi, she's out the door. Who else? Tim Walz. How does he even have any supporters? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, I know how she has supporters, but it shouldn't be as many as there are. There are just some people that I just don't understand how they are even still a thing. But here they are. All right, here we go. So Tim Walz has an upcoming re-election battle. Now, somehow he believes that his current strategy for retaining his governorship is his best chance to do so. He's blaming everything on President Trump. That's basically his aim in order to get reelected. Blame everything on President Trump, and that's how he's going to keep his base. Or just give free tampons, Tim. Give free tampons to everybody. However, the GOP candidates are watching his every move, and they have the means to counter Tim Walz's campaign. In addition, Minnesota taxpayers now know what happened and who is responsible for the massive crime happening in the state of Minnesota. And ultimately, that trophy goes to Tim Walz and Ilhan Omar. I added Ilhan Omar at the end. The article did not have him, but I added him because obviously. Rosie O'Donnell. Miss Piggy is in the news cycle this week. Okay. A news outlet revealed that longtime friends of Rosie O'Donnell are now worried about her fixation on our president Trump. Jean Kopetic, one of Rosie's best friends, reportedly insisted that Rosie disconnected herself from the news because she is consumed by whatever the president is doing or has done or will do. She is consumed completely by President Trump. And listen, when someone is consumed like that, that just makes me think, I know this is going to be a little vulgar, but it makes me think that all she can think about is be a good girl, Amira, be a good girl. All she can think about is putting her tongue down President Trump's throat. I think that's what she wants. I really do. I think that all she wants to do is put her tongue down his throat and put her fingers somewhere else. I'm just saying. Listen, when someone is that obsessed with a president, I mean, like, come on. And we all know that she desires to be somebody that President Trump would think about. But I bet President Trump, I don't even think he has thought about her in the last year or two. But recently, Rosie O'Donnell's therapist challenged her to go 2 days, only 2 days. Her therapist said, bitch, go 2 days without posting anything about President Trump, okay? Can you do that? Just 2 days. Can you do that? That's 48 hours. Read a book. Like, watch a movie. Binge something on Netflix. 48 hours. Can you do that? Well, guess what? She lasted a few hours and then she cracked and she resumed her online bashing of the president. Okay. What broke her was the quiet piggy remark that the president made to a Bloomberg reporter, Catherine Lucy. So, President Trump saying Miss Piggy or Quiet Piggy made her lose it, okay? And he was talking to a reporter named Catherine Lucy, but she lost her mind. And before anyone could stop her, the piggy was on Jim Acosta's show complaining about President Trump again. Girl, get a life. Get a life. Oh, jeez. Wait, what are you guys saying? She can't read. PTDS. Seriously. And Frost, it has been recognized as a real psychological disorder. You guys know that, right? Rosie O'Donnell's therapist, need therapists. She wants to gag on his carrot. Listen, I can't say those things because, like, I am like a good girl and everything, but you guys can say it. Listen, I can't say those things because I don't want to get fined, and I don't want the Sharia law to come for me. But you guys can say it, and I can agree. Okay, all right. So, no, I am adding a room to the house. How did you guys know that? How did you guys know? Okay, yes, I am actually adding a room to the house. This is the guest house. I sit in the guest house because I have been banned from streaming in the real house. So I'm in the guest house talking with you guys, but there is another room being added to the other side of the house, which is beautiful, girl. Guys, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And it has its own bathroom and it's beautiful. But anyway, back to the story. All right. LGBTQIA plus pedos and everything's sick news. Now, there is a pastor, okay? Now, listen, after saying LGBTQIA plus pedos and everything's sick, I should not have to say the word pastor. But this is the times that we're living in, and here we go. A Methodist pastor has made an announcement to the congregation during service. What was the announcement, you may ask? So he said, and I quote, "So I announce with," all right. I can see where this is going. All right, you guys ready? So, hello, congregation. Nice to see you all. Thank you for coming here this beautiful Sunday for us to praise and worship together. Now, I do have an announcement for everyone. All right. Yes. Hi, Kelly. I have an announcement for everyone. I am proud to announce with joy with you all that I am transitioning. All right. I'm affirming to all of you that I am a faggot. I mean, I am transgender. I am not becoming a woman because I am giving up pretending to be a man. Because I've always been a woman inside of my imagination. And this is a process. And it may be shocking for some as to what this all means. But essentially, I will be a woman and I will not be a lesbian because I will not be carpet munching. I will be fudge pushing. I mean, getting fudge pushed. So, let's all bow our heads in prayer. Listen, that was his quote. Except for the whole let's all bow our heads in prayer part. But that was his quote, saying that he is transitioning. He said this to the congregation. So I announce with joy that I am transitioning. I'm affirming to you all that I am transgender. I'm not becoming a woman. I'm giving up pretending to be a man. This is a process, and it may be shocking for some as to what this all means. And that was the end of the quote. Those words came from a so-called Methodist pastor whilst standing in the pulpit to give the Sunday Gospels. Now, hold on, guys. Now, if the world were right, okay, if the world were right, every person in that congregation would have dragged him off of that pulpit, out of the pulpit, dragged his ass outside, and did what needed to be done. You guys know what needed to be done, right? Because if we actually took the religion seriously, we would not allow that type of absolute disrespect and filth in the house of the Lord. We wouldn't. That's if it were taken seriously. If the world were right, a person would not feel comfortable enough to stand in a congregation with men around, strong military age men around, and sit there and disrespect the Lord in front of all of them in the Lord's house. Nobody would feel comfortable enough to do that, you see, because you would know things would happen. See, if the world were right, I would be reading a different type of article today. But this church apparently did not do that. And Philip Fenno of the North Chile United Methodist Church in Rochester, New York, added that he is now asexual. And he told the news outlets that his congregation has been extremely welcoming. His parents, however, are not so happy with the decision that their 51-year-old son has made. In fact, according to Philip, his parents asked him to tell the congregation that they are not in support of this transition. And as for the United Methodist Church, this location is obviously not one of the many that broke away from the organization in protest due to its decision that human sexuality is a quote unquote sacred gift that applies to all persons regardless of sexual orientation or gender identity. Read your Bible. Read your Bible. Ask the Bible what it believes about sexual orientation. Ask the Bible if God makes mistakes when creating a person. Was there a mistake when he made you a man? Was that a mistake? Ask the Bible what the Bible believes about gender identity. See, and my thing is, so when a person is this delusional, do they just skip over the parts in the Bible that say that what they're doing is an abomination? So let me get this straight. So they're reading the Bible, right? They're in the pulpit, they're reading the Bible with the congregation. And as soon as they get to the part where it says, a man that lay with another man is abomination and is a sin to God. Oh, guys, let's skip to the next chapter. That chapter is that's Old Testament. It's old. Or when it gets to the part where it says that, God doesn't make mistakes. A man is a man, a woman is a woman. That man shouldn't dress like women and shouldn't behave as women do, and women shouldn't dress like men and behave as men do. Oh, those parts, let's skip over that. Just skip. Alrighty. Okay. Okie dokie. See, my thing is like, how can you call yourself a Christian and then read those parts of the Bible? And then how do you make that conform with what you are? How does that happen? Because my thing is, people who do this, I'm like, so you are actively living and an abomination as an abomination, and then claiming to be holier than thou and claiming that you can teach other people how to follow the path of righteousness, even though you are, I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, right. That's old. That's the Old Testament. Let's just move on to the other. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's old. The Christmas tree is a nice touch. But I know, Samael. It sounds like you keep saying abomination, and that's what America was when Obama was president. It was Obama's nation, an abomination. They ain't Christians. That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. And this is the reason why Christianity or any religion that bends the knee to this is not taken seriously anymore. Because if you bend the knee to this and you allow it, what else will you allow? You will allow everything else after that. I mean, how do you justify this? I mean, and what is a Methodist anyway? Because the Methodists, wait, let me see, what are Methodists? Hold on one second. Because I don't hear about the Methodists often. But anyway, hold on. Because I've heard of Baptist, Lutheran, but yeah. Oh, okay. O'Blindey says technically he would be ostracized from the church and only allowed back if he changed and repented. At best, you can instruct what he's doing wrong and have nothing more to do with him by the Bible. Or O'Blindy, there's also the other option, or because I mean, listen, maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe it's because I'm a Muslim, but maybe it's my Muslim ways where I'm just like, or we could clean the community of this and just take care of the problem for good. I mean, am I calling for violence? No, of course. I mean, you could just have him move out of town. You can just move him out of town. I'm a Muslim, right? No, I've had somebody say that to me because I'll say things like, or people are like, oh, it's because you were Muslim. You Muslims are violent. I'm like, no, I didn't say anything about violence, did I? I didn't say anything about rooftop parties. I didn't say nothing about hangouts. I didn't say nothing about that. I didn't say nothing about hanging out, rooftop parties, getting stoned. You know what I mean by stoned? I mean the other, yeah. I didn't say nothing about all that. Oh, they started as a social club, says Samael. Oh, Methodists are an offshoot of the Anglican Church. They started as a social club. Oh, God, my computer needs the charger. Okay, hold on, guys. I have another story. Do you guys need me to use the charger? Can you guys still see me? Yeah, I'm a little bit dark, aren't I? Okay, all right. I'll get the charger. Well, we're going to have to move to the other side of this room. So hold on. Let's move. Oh, my neck and my back. Oh, my God. I'm old. I am an old woman. I'm old. Okay, I'm going to go on this side. Guys, hold on, guys. I'm just putting it in here. I'm almost done. Almost done. And now I'm going to plug it into the wall. Hold up. Okay. Yalla, yalla, yalla. Yalla. Now, let's do this way. Okay. The background is not as beautiful anymore, but it's fine. Okay. Is that okay? All right. All right. So, where were we? Let me pull up the part that I were. Oh, man. Sorry. I kind of want to wear my hair down, right? Or do I look weird? Okay. Hold on. This one back here, and then, yeah, we can do like that. All right. So, okay. So, there's a new Trump hoax. And here we go again with another unproven accusation. But hold on, let me get comfy. Guys, don't look at me. I know, sorry. Okay. So here we go with another Trump hoax or another accusation, okay? Now, this is with not any link to the Epstein files, but a group of currently unnamed people are now suing President Trump for $310 million in damages and $134 million in attorney's fees for what the plaintiffs describe as Epstein identical trafficking and exploitation enterprise. And this is going back to the late 1990s. Okay. So he's being sued for $310 million in damages and $134 million in attorney's fees. So, and supposedly it's not a link to the Epstein files, but at the same time, it's Epstein identical trafficking that they're accusing the president of. Now, the plaintiffs are alleging a long running pattern of grooming, coercion, and sexual exploitation that they say is identical in the structure of Jeffrey Epstein's trafficking network, including early recruitment, use of wealthy intermediaries, and efforts to silence victims. Despite these claims, you know what pisses me off? You know what dills my pickle? You guys know what dills my pickle? These people, they tried their darnest to make Trump look like the worst demon on earth. Now, Trump has never, ever, Trump has never been seen as a person who diddled children or who was attracted to children or who was even into that kind of world. Trump was worshipped almost before. He was loved by rappers, everybody. But all of a sudden, when he became president, all of a sudden he's freaking Hitler. He's also a pedo. He's a pervert. He's a rapist. He's a tax evader. He's everything under the freaking book. And it's like, don't you guys get fucking tired of trying to put everything on him, like trying to make him into every bad thing that you can think about? Like, it's almost as if they're like, oh, what haven't we called Trump yet? Well, we already called him a thief. We already called him a freaking rapist. We already called him this. Oh, I know. We haven't called him a pervert yet. Back to the article. Now, they are saying that this exploitation mirrors the structure of Jeffrey Epstein's trafficking network. Now, listen, despite these claims, there has been no independent verification of these things, okay? Not by any major news outlets, nothing. And no proof of any wrongdoing by President Trump has been submitted with the complaint. They're just saying things. President Trump isn't the only person named in this lawsuit, however. Bill Gates and Elon Musk are named in this lawsuit as well. So what it seems like is that they are trying to milk the three richest people that they can think of and accuse them of random things in order to see if they can get any money out of it. So, Bill Gates and Elon Musk are named in the suit with claims that they, along with President Trump, so let me get this straight. So Bill Gates is like calling Trump like, "Hey yo, what's up? Hey yo, what you doing? Oh, hey, you want to go get some kids today? Oh, yeah, let me call Elon Musk real quick. Do 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 do. Hey, hey, bro, how you doing?" Like, you telling me the three of them are just hanging out and trying to diddle kids? Really? Really? Now, look, Bill Gates is not a saint at all. Bill Gates, he has done some nasty crap in the world. And I do hope he sees his time where he gets what's coming to. But I don't know about this perverted stuff. I don't, and as much as I don't like Bill Gates, would I think that he's been diddling kids? No. Do I think he was trafficking kids? No. Do I think he was sterilizing people in different countries? Yes, he was. He was doing weird medical things and sterilizing people and doing all, yeah, he was doing that. But diddling kids? I mean, I don't know. All right. So anyway, these three people are named in the claim, and they claim that they, along with Trump, participated in an 8-year pattern, 8 years of exploitation, starting in 2018 during Trump's first term. Are you? All right, wait. Now, didn't they say that this was back in the 1990s? Now they're saying it was 8 years starting in 2018 during Trump's first term. The lead unnamed plaintiff is alleging that Trump used the Gates Foundation to commit coordinated attacks against them. And they even took the plaintiff's child in retaliation for the plaintiffs filing lawsuits against them. The plaintiff is also claiming that there were several attempts made on the lead plaintiff's life between 2023 and 2024 in the form of poisoning, vehicle assaults, and other attacks designed to look like accidents. Listen. If this plaintiff is serious, this is the most stupid part of the whole thing. You know, men, you have three of the powerful men in America, and you don't think that they could touch you or get you touched? She's like, oh, they tried to take my life so many times between 2023 and 2024 because I opened a lawsuit against them. Oh, they tried to poison me. They tried to crash my car and to make it look like it was an accident. And then this is so retarded. I mean, this is just retarded. I don't even use that word very often, but this is just the word that came to me when I'm just, this is dumb. This is like IQ of 1. Really? Like, all right. Yeah, because it's so hard to kill you. Because someone like you must have Secret Service, huh? You must have bodyguards, huh? You must have so much security that a former president, at that time, he was a former president, one of the richest men in America, Bill Gates, and Elon Musk, all three of them couldn't touch you. Yeah. Now that's the most believable stuff right there. Now, the court is set to determine if the lawsuit can proceed at some point by verifying the plaintiff's claims. the statute of limitations, and determining if the claims against President Trump and the others are even sufficiently sustained. Sustained. Gosh, why can't I speak English? You guys have got to forgive me. Sometimes my English just whoop. But anyway, the president's legal counsel has not issued a response to all of this malarkey, this stupid stuff. And no real hearing date has been posted yet. But the plaintiffs, well, they've asked the court to expedite the trial so that a jury is held by December 2025 or 2026. So they are trying to get people that don't like Trump to believe them and to convict Trump on pure hate because they don't like Trump. So they want to convict him because they don't like him. Yes. BTK. Amira and Rachel are really Puerto Rican. Oh, you didn't know? You didn't know I was Puerto Rican? You guys know. Wait. When you're landing the jet, the computer. Huh? What are you talking about? Okay. All right. I'm moving on. All right. Next story I have for you is this one. The European Union is going after Elon Musk. Okay. Let me put my computer on this thing because I think the computer is heating up a little bit. There we go. So, in their conquest for dictatorship, the European Union has announced its decision to fine the social media platform X. They want to fine the social media platform over $100 million for not complying with their demands. Now, back in 2024, the European Union formally accused X, formerly Twitter, of violating their censorship attempts, including the platform's refusal to hand over sensitive user data, including the data of Americans living in America. You see, so the European Union thought that they were entitled to getting that data from Elon Musk's company. And when they didn't hand it over, well, now they are upset. So here it is. They accused X of violating their censorship attempts, okay, because of Elon Musk's refusal to hand over the sensitive user data in accordance with their transparency mandates and misleading users by converting the blue verification badge into a paid subscription feature. The European Union's spokesperson, Thomas Regner, he told the press that if X is willing to engage constructively with them, they'll settle the cases. If not, they'll take action. Oh boy, let's all get geared up. We're all scared of the European Union, aren't we, guys? Oh, we're shivering in our boots over here. You guys know we're all scared, right? You know, because everyone is scared of the European Union. So anyway, they said if Elon Musk is willing to engage constructively with us, then we'll help you and we'll settle the case. If not, we're going to take action. During the same press conference that I'm talking about, the EU's spokesperson, Thomas, I'm just going to say Thomas because I don't know how to say his last name. Thomas announced that TikTok made concessions to avoid penalties. Okay? TikTok. No. So they're expecting Elon Musk to get the clue. Like, hey, TikTok made concessions to avoid the penalties. Elon, do you hear that? Experts have warned the EU that their attempt to censor Americans by attacking X could earn them the ire and the retaliation of the United States. Right? You want to come big and bad at us, but you don't want the United States to be mad at you. Okay? You want to like come at us and say, we're going to take action as the European Union. Don't get Americans mad at you. You're not ready for this. You're not about this life. Like, let's just, America is like, listen, you don't want this problem. You really don't. You're not about this life. But anyway, experts have warned the EU that their attempt to censor Americans by attacking X could earn them the ire and the retaliation of Americans, whom the EU relies on heavily for support. You need us. We don't need you, kind of thing. You get what I'm saying? However, it is too late for warnings. The Trump administration has noticed and is reportedly already taking action. Vice President J.D. Vance took to his X account and stated that the EU should be, quote unquote, supporting free speech, not attacking American companies over garbage. In addition, the State Department has announced in a memo that foreigners who work for the EU in fact checking and content moderation and other similar functions, well, they will have their visa applications firmly rejected. You want to come after us and you want to censor our people? Well, if you want to get a visa to our country, that will be firmly rejected. Because you're not going to censor us and then come over here and enjoy our beaches and enjoy our shopping centers and our cities. No, 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 no. Go to Italy. Go to Italy. Go. Go to London. But you can't come over here. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Now, here's a quote. If you uncover evidence an applicant was responsible for or complicit in censorship or attempted censorship of protected expression in the United States, you should pursue a finding that the applicant is ineligible for a visa into the States. As for Musk, he has vowed to fight the European Union in court. Worded letter. There is no international law because there is no international authority. We don't answer to the EU, and they can't do anything about it. Darn straight. God bless America. Right, Didi. You don't want this smoke. You don't want this. You're not. No. See, my thing is nobody's scared of Europeans. Like nobody fears. Okay, like when you hear the European accent, nobody hears it and is like, oh dang, they're a gangster. No, like your accent is known for being posh and educated, nice, but feared. Nobody's scared of you. Europe, nobody's scared of you. You your whole countries are invaded by Pakis. Nobody's scared of you. Nobody is scared of you. Get your country together first, and then you can come for America. What you talking about? You guys are invaded. You guys are taken over by Pakis. Like, wow, the embarrassment. Really? Really, Europe? Really? Europe is like, we're going to come over there and take action, America. Come over here. Come see me, bro. We're like, come over here. Are you serious, Europe? I can't believe Europe actually thought that they were scaring somebody. Europe. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Oh, stop it. Listen, Europe needs America. America doesn't need Europe. That's just, look. Oh my God, the embarrassment. Like, Europe would do well to keep things friendly with the United States, okay? If things aren't friendly with the United States, it could be bad for Europe's health. Let's just say that. It could be bad for their health. It's been fun. It's been fun, guys. Thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. I'll let you guys go. For those visa applications, we should have a stamp that says, how about no? With a picture of Dr. Evil. Right, Frost. They have been invaded by illegal immigrants. They're literally fallen nations over there, and they're going to sit here and try to. You're threatening us? Like, oh, we are cleaning up our country. How about you guys do the same before trying to come for us? Like, really? I have to, Prime One. I gotta get to sleep. I have to sleep, guys. Hey, Laid Back. Thank you, Laid Back. Thank you. I enjoyed my time with you guys as much as I always do, really. I've always enjoyed my time, but I have got to go to bed. I've got to go night-night. Europe will be covered in poo by the next decade. That's a shame. That's a shame. That is a shame. I mean, it was bad even when I lived in Liverpool, but the thing is, things were kind of peaceful when I was there, but there were no-go zones. There were areas that were completely taken over. So, I mean, listen, I'm a Muslim. I'm a proud Muslim, but at the same time, Europe needs to protect their culture. You do not let any group of people come over and dominate and not assimilate and just run over your country, your culture, your customs, your traditions, and then think that they can be supported by the very people that they are trying to change. Like, no, that's not how that works. You have to, yeah, no. Even me as a Muslim, I'm like, that is not how Europe should be. Europe should be Europe. I didn't go to Europe to go to the Middle East. I didn't go to Europe to go to Pakistan. I didn't go to Europe to see Afghanistan. I'm trying to go to Europe to see European culture, Europeans. I am not going to Europe to see, you see what I'm saying? But Europe is, they're illegals too. And you notice how it's always white countries that are told that they need to be tolerant. It's always white nations that have to be tolerant and welcoming. You do that shit over, you try and do that in the Middle East. You try and have a bunch of, like, I don't know, Chinese men go over to the Middle East and tell the Middle East what they're going to do. You know what would happen to them? Now, the same thing with Europe. Europe, you don't let Packies come over to your nation and tell you what's going to be done and how it's going to be done. Why would you allow that? But they have literally let themselves get taken over. And listen, I'm disappointed. I mean, it's sad because, well, that's a whole different stream for a different time. I'll let you guys go now. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I have enjoyed my time very, very much, but I have to go to sleep because it isn't even Saturday. It's Sunday. You guys know we normally do Saturdays, but I wasn't available yesterday. So
I will see you all on the next one. And with that, I yield my time. Good night, everyone.
Well, I say every day it's a getting closer to taking a bath with my fucking toaster.